if I was not the way I am, with all the loss and the pain I've had in my life, I would not be able to trust life.
After the passing of your father, you feel that pressure. You have taken every responsibility.
But I took it upon myself. Like, nobody told me to do this. So I would make everybody laugh. Well, going back home in the bus, I would feel very sad for some reason. Like, there was a sense of loneliness which has always been there in my life. A discussion of disagreement with me and my brother. It's a very introspective and mature discussion. Bro, my mom, she's always, pura din, she'll keep taking my case. She'll keep taking my case.
Do you ever feel kind of a little claustrophobic because of that?
Yeah, all the time. And you become a slave of your own work. I'm like, for my own, to live my own life and to do what I do, even for my own profession, I have to take 20 permissions. And I messed up, man. Shoojit that 2 years ago told me, you won't be able to do this in 2 years. Go for a solo trip across India. You need to do this as an actor. So when Juhi ma'am would walk on set, all the masti would stop and the set would become all serious and it would become quiet, and then Juhi ma'am would walk in and everyone's looking at Juhi ma'am, and Juhi ma'am herself would smile and then be like, Ayla, Juhi Chawla.
Do you feel somewhere people have started recognizing Babil Khan the actor rather than just Babil Khan the son of Irrfan Khan?
I don't know.
First he made us love him with his kala, and then he made our weekend better with his Friday night plan, and there are gonna be a lot more things that he's gonna do. And I'm always going to be the hype man that he always needed, but he never knew. Otherwise, I have to say he's one of the most genuine person I have ever met. I always keep saying that, and I will always keep saying that. His authenticity is what makes me love him and adore him. And I think the nation adores him today, and rightfully so. So today, I feel happy and excited as I'm sitting in the company of my dear and loving celeb cum friend Babil Khan. So Babil, welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Bro, but don't you think like where you have to appreciate that someone is genuine, we are doing something wrong as a society.
That is true. That is true.
When being genuine is a compliment, then as a society we're doing something wrong.
Someone had shared one clip of you from our last interview in which you were jumping.
Yeah.
With excitement while you were answering. It was about, you were talking about Kareeb Kareeb single.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was the first person who kind of reminded you of that.
Yeah,
that it was actually your first screen job.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah, bro.
people had shared that clip with me and they were like, he looks so authentic. I know. I've experienced that first time. But actually, firstly, congratulations on Friday Night Plan.
Thank you.
I have already told you what I felt about the film, but how has been the reception from people from all around, and like, especially your close people?
Bro, you know me, like after the release, if you saw, I went MIA, like even with my team, nobody could spot me for 4 or 5 days. I don't know why I do that. It's too much nervousness, too much pressure. But the truth is that I have received love. I have received love, and to feel loved as a person, I operate on love, bro. Like the energy that I operate with in life is love. Like I need to receive love and I need to give love. That's how I spiritually survive. Like there is no other way I know how to survive spiritually. So when you feel loved, bro, like in a world where you are constantly being told to protect yourself, to be cutthroat, to not love, to not open yourself up, to not care about people that much, in the midst of all that, to feel loved is just so much gratitude. Like I can't explain to you how I feel.
Yeah. And you said, 4 or 5 days people couldn't find you, your team. I know that. This is happening because I've insisted that I don't know. I want a one-on-one interview. I will not do Zoom or telephonic. I need this. So I know how hard it has been for them. But playing shitty CD, did you find anything about yourself that you did not like?
So basically, I always said in every interview that, I'm very far from this person, I'm very far from this person. But the truth is that I choose to be far from this person. But there are qualities like his overthinking, his inability to not take pressure. Like he takes too much pressure on himself. If I was not the way I am, with all the loss and the pain I've had in my life, I would not be able to trust life. So to find that, so yeah, like Yeah, I found a lot of similarities, and that's how I played the character. There's no other way.
But did you also have kind of a nickname like this in school?
I was whatever film Baba did, I became that. Like I was Hachka Chota Recharge at one point. I was Spider-Man. I was Pan Singh Tomar. And so in school they would always call me. And also Bablu was Bablu, Bubbly. My name is Babil.
Babil.
In school,
it's very
yeah,
natural.
now it's become all artistic and but in school, Babil was a nightmare, bro. Like, it was the easiest name to make fun of. Yeah.
Bablu, Bubbly.
Yeah.
I can actually guess people saying that. It is
Bubbles. A Bollywood bubble.
See, there's a lot of similarities there also.
ऐसे तो बहुत होता था, like, and people very confidently say like, I'm such a big admirer of you and like I love you and I love how you are and I just want to I just wanted to say this to you, Bilal. I just really and I'm like second kya? And then I don't even correct them because I'm so used to being called not Babil, like all these different names, and what's in a name?
True. And I remember, like in the film, like, you have 2 scenes with Juhi ma'am and 1 phone call, but still that bonding of a mother and son comes out so beautifully.
That's her experience, and that's her as an actor. Like that was, if you see, that's where experience shows, na, as an actor. She does not for a minute is unconvincing. You are convinced that she is a single mother who's working, who's working really diligently for her children, and she's a warrior. And it doesn't. Juhi ma'am in real life may be very different from that, but not for a second do you not believe in what she's doing, and that's her experience.
I thought anyway say like I believe there has been no other actress in India who can do comedy better than Juhi ma'am. This is still drama, but I feel like comedy is something that no one can do better than her. Like my favorite
even in real life she's like that. Yeah, she's too cool, man. She's very chill, like. And I remember she would come on set. So we're all we're called kids and nobody's giving us, it's like a very playful environment. But Juhi ma'am is coming, you have to be serious, So when Juhi ma'am would walk on set, all the masti would stop and, the set would become all serious and it would become quiet. And then Juhi ma'am would walk in and everyone's looking at Juhi ma'am, and Juhi ma'am herself would smile and then be like, Ayla, Juhi Chawla. And then the entire set would start laughing. She's really cool.
She's really cool. Like my favorite film of hers will always be Mr. and Mrs. Khiladi.
Yeah.
Like it's the epitome of comedy. It's the best comedy film India has ever made. I say it hands down. What is your favorite Juhi Chawla movie?
She did now with Baba. 7.5 Fere.
I
love that.
She is like phenomenal. But like even your mother has had her own challenges and she has also been that warrior that you said. To see her struggles and then see that being somewhere in a way portrayed that in a role. Did that relatability also came?
See, of course, while Juhi ma'am was playing her character, you already feel a lot of love and you already want to believe that this is my mother. But of course, like I'm very, very inspired by my mother, so that emotion I didn't have to try at all. That emotion is always flowing through me, like, so I didn't have to try at all. Of course it channeled. Of course it channeled. And of course it channeled in the entire graph, an entire projection of Sid and Sid's love for his mother. Of course it came through.
I love Sutapa.
I don't know if it came through successfully. I'm just saying it felt. When I was shooting, I felt
it came successfully. It came out successfully. But I was just saying that I love Sutapa ma'am. Let me just tell you, please convey this message to her when you meet her.
I will. Which will be in the evening.
Yes. I wanted to know, like you just said, like you after the release you go AWOL and people can't find you. We live in a time today when
going AWOL is very difficult nowadays, huh?
It's very difficult, especially when people are tracking your phone half of the time. But in today's time, we see that there's a lot of pressure to be available and to be present, especially for artists, especially for actors. Let's say you have to be present. If not on the screen, you have to be on the digital screen. You have to be on Instagram. You have to keep uploading photos.
Yeah, man, I'm so tired. Honestly, not because, for art you need to live. You can't be just doing this. Like you मीटिंग से, नरेशन से, स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ो से, ऑडिशन से यहाँ जाओ, फिर आपको while you're doing this your phone is exploding with messages कि आपने ये पोस्ट नहीं किया, वो लोग पोस्ट नहीं किया, डिजाइनर वेट कर रहा है। अरे यार, how do you focus on art? How do you feel like, you know what I mean? To experience art and to express art, you need to make a journey. You need to make a journey within. Now, November, I want to go. And you become a slave of your own work.
Yeah.
And when your freedom starts getting affected, then it becomes very traumatic for somebody who wants to live his life or her life, experiencing art and, you know, expressing in any way or indulging or exploring art. Like now in November, I want to go to Dharamshala. I want to do a yoga retreat. I want to go for Vipassana. But now I'm just thinking, if it's a 15-20 day trip, the freedom is not there. Otherwise, before I would just get up and go. Now I'm like, I have to ask this person, I have to ask that person. I'm like, for my own, to live my own life and to do what I do, even for my own profession, I have to take 20 permissions. I'm like, dude, this, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of become you expect that once you become a become a celebrity, there would be a lot of freedom, but it actually is the reverse.
No freedom, yeah.
It's actually Uno reverse on that.
Yeah. But freedom goes. Freedom, and it's not just about being celebrity. It's about if you're, I think as you grow up and become more, you know, just you start losing touch with your child, the child within, and you start playing to the rules of the world and the rules of capitalism, and you know, you lose your freedom, and that is a very scary thought for an individual, I think.
Yeah, and I completely agree when you said na कि you have to live your life to portray that something, because हम बोलते हैं ना कि actors के लिए कि inspiration तो real life से आती है. But वो real life फिर जीने भी तो दो.
Exactly.
You have to kind of meet people to do that. But then you are stuck in that circle of answering text, of doing this, uploading brand endorsements, this and that. There's a lot that goes on.
Yeah, and I messed up, man. Shoojit Sircar 2 years ago told me, you won't be able to do this in 2 years. Go now. Pick a bag and very budget yourself. Don't live lavish. Like budget yourself and go for a solo trip across India. You need to do this as an actor. And I didn't do it. And now I'm like, dude, I don't know how to play this character. How do I even reach? Say, reaching through my own ways and through my own individuality is okay. But there are characteristics that you have to pick up and observe, which you can't do on your own because you haven't seen. So I have to go to small towns and I have to figure out how people talk, how people walk, how people feel, how people behave when they feel something. And I need to do that, and the obstruction in the freedom to do that is really bothering me.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there would be people around you who would be also hounding you to no, do this, do that. For the lack of a better word, do you ever feel kind of a little claustrophobic because of that?
Yeah, all the time. But the truth is, like, I chose this, right? And I chose this profession and I chose all of it. So I don't, even if I'm feeling claustrophobic, it never takes away my gratitude.
True.
Because
the return is also.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm getting to do this is bigger than anything. Yeah, so all of these feelings, also I'm feeling, and that also I'm experiencing as art. Like, okay, I'm feeling claustrophobic as an actor. I'm just experiencing it as I go.
Yeah.
And I'm expressing it and not thinking too much.
Anyway, dekho, selfishly, I am happy that even though you deal with it happily, because that's the reason we also get to have conversations.
Yeah.
And if not, if we won't get that chance, I won't be able to say the most genuine person.
Yeah.
I won't have that person then to put it across.
Dude, that's the thing, like, people also say you're so humble, I'm like, bro, so what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that you have to appreciate somebody's humility, that means something is going wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you have to tell someone, यार तू कितना humble है यार, और आपको लग रहा है कि वो तारीफ हो रही है humility की, तो ये कुछ गलत जा रहा है.
जो base होना चाहिए, वो pedestal पे पहुंच चुका है.
Exactly.
Actually, but that is it. But like as we see in the character ना कि Sid as your brother also points out very clearly, ki, after the passing of your father, you feel that pressure. You have taken every responsibility. Did you felt that in the real life as well?
Oh, yeah. But I took it upon myself. Like nobody told me to do this. Nobody told me to take the pressure. Nobody told me to become an actor. I wanted to, I desired to, and yeah, I stepped into the mud. Now I have to deal with it. Of course, bro. Of course I feel pressure. I feel pressure all the time. I wake up in pressure, I sleep in pressure, I go through the day in pressure. But the truth is that you will never realize your potential as an artist and a human being without pressure. Because pressure, it shapes you rather than, you know, pressure is needed to shape you. And as you grow up dealing with pressure, you understand how to live with the pressure rather than be overwhelmed by the pressure. So I used to be I used to get very overwhelmed with the pressure, but then I realized that pressure is not there to scare me, it's there to shape me.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, like, I remember last time you had told me that in school also you used to stay very within yourself. Your mother was your best friend.
I was,
so in
early on in school though, huh?
Yeah. In the film also, I feel like before the football match wala sit was very similar to Babil in that sense.
Yeah, but till the age I would say like 12, 13. After that I became very, I don't like how I am, like jumpy, making jokes and like the class clown. I used to make everybody laugh. But the truth is that what I was feeling, I was a very reflective guy. Like, I used to self-reflect a lot. And I used to, you know, sit with myself a lot at home. So I would make everybody laugh and I would make, you know, the class laugh. But while going back in the bus, while going back home in the bus, I would feel very sad for some reason. Like there was a sense of loneliness which has always been there in my life. And I think I'm very grateful to that feeling because it got me closer and it made my art more accessible to me. In some ways. I don't know how, but it did. Like, I don't know what I'd be without my loneliness.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes you introspect also. It kind of makes you more aware and more knowledgeable about yourself.
And it makes you love people for some reason. Like, it makes you open to love people. Like, I don't know how to... There's a tenderness in how you look at people when you're very lonely inside.
And you spoke about being jumpy. I feel like if you are not jumpy in an interview for at least a couple of times, that interview is unsuccessful. We have achieved at least one till now. So I think my interview is going on the right track.
Yeah, it was going on the right track from the start.
Yeah.
You know, I have a cold and cough now, so my energy is also... But anyways, even if I didn't have a cold and cough, like sometimes
we are very similar in energy level. Let's just say in that regard.
True.
But like you are now 2 films old. You have another project that is announced already, The Railwayman. All of them on OTT. Do you miss the big screen?
Do I miss? Matlab main kabhi tha hi nahi.
Sorry, miss. Not miss, but do you feel that hunger more to be on the screen, big screen?
It's not yet. I want to be. I know there's a desire to be, but I'm in no rush. Like, aram se, like I just want to work. I really just want to work. That's all. I want to work on everything. I want to do everything. You know, I don't want to be scared and be restricted in exploring because I'm fearful that it might not work or it'll fail, or I don't want to let my image restrict me from exploring. So that is my agenda. It's not about big screen, small screen, but of course there's always going to be a wish to be on the big screen because that's where you've grown up watching films.
True. And like as understanding as you are shown to be a sibling in the film, are you that person in real life?
Oh yeah. My brother and I are like thick as thieves. Like we are, if you ever sit down for an argument, the argument to bolenga nahi, but a discussion of disagreement with me and my brother, it's a very introspective and mature discussion. Like, Babil bhai, you did this. Why did you do this? Oh, Ayaan, I did this because I felt like this. I might have been insecure at that moment. And I might have been feeling that because of my insecurity. And it came out and expressed it in this way. Oh yeah, I thought so too. But the way I received it, and I'm not joking. I know, and I'm not joking. Like, you can ask my mother. I'm not joking. Like, this is actually, but we've evolved to this place. We were not always like this. Like, I used to, because I'm a very emotional person and he's a very introspective person. So I used to be very affectionate towards him. But when I didn't receive affection back, I used to get pissed. So growing up, there was a lot of, disagreements and a lot of fights, this and that. But yeah, we evolved. Like now where we are, I'm very grateful.
Do you also have that a little fatherly protectiveness towards him?
No, he doesn't need my protection. He doesn't. He's very physically strong and imposing. You can't.
Is he building a six-pack abs?
No. He's a strong man though. He's not built. I don't know. I don't think he has a desire. Yeah. No, he's not either. But bro, I don't think there's a problem with six-pack abs. Yeah. I will build if I need to build. But I just feel like when you build a body, make sure your soul is still tender. Yeah. That's all. Like make sure your soul is still receptive. That's very important. Yeah. But yeah, he is a very strong man and he's a very emotionally, logical and very emotionally mature man. Like he doesn't need my protection.
And what did he and Sutapa thought about the film? Because the story hits close.
Yeah.
It's very similar to your real life story as well. How did they react to it?
Mama and Ayaan both liked the film because they felt like it was needed that a film is light without, trying to do anything cinematic. It's just being what it is. Yeah. It's not trying to do anything, that film. And it's, kids are being kids. Kids are having kids problems. Kids are not having adult problems and adults are not playing kids, and it is what it is. But with my performance, there were, of course, like, so
critical.
I'm very happy.
They should be.
Yeah.
I think best criticism comes from home.
Yeah. Like, I'm very grateful that I live in the kind of environment I live in where, bro, meri maa, she's always pura din. She'll keep taking my case. I love being in that environment.
Yeah, and you should. But like, do you feel like now that you have done 2 films and both have been appreciated for your performance and also as films, like Kala, I love. I can't just keep on going about that. But after both these films, do you feel somewhere people have started recognizing Babil Khan the actor rather than just Babil Khan the son of Irrfan Khan?
I don't know. I don't know
feel that kind of changing attitude or maybe the perception of people around you? Especially from the industry, because audience is much more perceptive to that, I feel. Because they don't have that investment.
I have. People have been coming to me and, before it was all about, I love your father, and I was like, even I love my father.
Touche.
And we both were at common ground, we discuss, baba. But now, like, people do come to me and I'm totally expecting them to be like, oh, but they are like, oh, I watched your work and I really liked it. And I'm like, wait, one second, I'm not used to
it. Repent for this question. Out of syllabus.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you see me as a person, I'm not good at taking compliments, but like I'm not like, thank you bolna hai bas. Utna nahi, main sharma jata hu bas unke samne. But but it gives you so much confidence as a man. When people come to you for you and people come to you and appreciate something you've poured your heart into. Yeah. And something that you've really, really been through turmoil for. And when they come and appreciate that, it gives you so much confidence, and not only in yourself, but in life. And a courage to live life and a courage to go through the pain and the anxieties of life. Because you feel like you're sharing something. You're sharing a part of you to the world and it's being received. I think that is so beautiful.
Yeah, that is. But like, are you in real life? We know that you listen to girls when you go to gym. But otherwise, are you kind of confident in approaching girls, or are you a little make the other person make the first move?
I don't feel like I don't believe in the idea of getting girls. I think the way patriarchy has developed itself and I wouldn't say evolved, but digressed. Is that this idea ki I need to approach the girl to get a girl. ये मेरे दिमाग में है नहीं. You don't get a girl. You form a union in a way, right? And it's not, you don't, when you're moving to, it's not like, approach
it's
is
not
the wrong,
something to be
it's like you're sitting, right?
Achieved.
And a woman comes and sits next to you, or if you go to a bar and you start talking to somebody, I don't move into that thinking that I am approaching a girl to get, you know what, it's a normal conversation that I'm having. And where that goes, that's its own journey. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever go to somebody with an idea that, you know, I'm approaching you to get you. I think you shouldn't.
The final aim should not be that.
That idea of getting women is very, it's digressive.
Yeah, and it's a little patriarchal.
Yeah, it's very patriarchal.
Very
like
patriarchal.
Women approach men, or I'll get this guy. Like, no, it's really very digressive.
Thank you for being you. Thank you for giving us such amazing work on screen, and thank you for being the person you are off screen.
Thank you.
It has always been a pleasure. And please allow me to send you messages on Instagram.
Please, thank you. Someone fix
Thank you so much.
Instagram.
Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. Hope you had a good time because I had a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bro. Hi, this is Babil and you're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.